Okay, so all the prep work is done. All the boring stuff, yet necessary stuff. I'm pretty happy with the combination of how this all turned out. Kind of comparatively, the scale armor. Looking at the picture, on the inside of the thighs is actually the only place that the scale armor is. On the legs, looks like it goes up all the way on the upper arm, and then actually up onto the neck piece as well. So what I'm gonna have to do is actually try to sculpt and match that, which will be a little challenging, but like I said, trying to get better with every figure, so there we go. With that, looking at the combination of the two different figures, you see this is quite a bit wider mid-thigh than is the upper thigh that hooks into the hip joint here. So what I'm gonna have to do is probably just Dremel that down, taper it down, but I actually have to sculpt that exterior part of the uniform on there anyway. So I think that'll allow me to just basically Dremel out to the point where that scale armor just shows up on the inner thigh, and then just taper it down up here, over and around as well. I think it's actually going to work out really well, and then should just have to use a thin layer of sculpt over that. But pretty happy all around with how the prep went. I've never actually worked with the butterfly joints before on the upper arms, so that was a bit of a learning experience. I'm afraid I might have Dremeled too much out on this one, so hoping he does not break. But wonderful thing about giving a customizer a gift is if it does, they should be able to fix it. Obviously don't want it to break, but you know, that's happens, it is what it is. So I've had a couple of my customs that I've gotten break in certain places. When you start dremeling things down and whatnot, it's bound to happen. So anyway, so prep work is, like I said, pretty much ready to go. The head cast turned out great. I'm actually using a new product that I got from Reynolds Advanced Materials here in Denver. It's, if you can see, a smooth cast liquid plastic. So what they did is they did a hardness test. I took in a Marvel Legends figure, and they gave me a couple options of products they had that were pretty much the closest to that hardness and consistency, and adding just a little bit of dye, flesh tone dye, to the cast actually kind of produced this result. If you can kind of hear the snap, it actually kind of gives it that quality that the actual Marvel Legends figures has. So I am super stoked about using this product for the future. Ultimately, I really am excited about this figure and how it's going to turn out. Now that I'm kind of seeing the base, seeing the bones, the structure, there's a lot I think I can do with it to run with it. So, and what I'll probably have to do, because I don't want to try to slip a paintbrush in there, is actually paint the eyes first and around them, and then basically just sculpt the rest of the helmet over and around the rest of the figure. Same thing will go to for the other one that is got the mouth exposed. So basically I'm gonna have to pre-paint 2 sets of the eyes, and then sculpt over those, and then the other 2 should be good to just paint once the sculpting's done. So because this is the first one I fit, what we'll probably do is I'm gonna actually start with all the heads and just kind of work my way down and kind of complete the figure as we go, which is not something I've usually done, but trying to get a good method to my madness to help the process be smoother for future figures and everything. So let's get to sculpting some heads. The texture, like in the arms here, actually goes up onto the neck as well. And then in the drawing, you kind of look at the back of them here, same thing, goes up onto the neck and onto the back. So what I've done is just put some epoxy, smoothed it out, lots of Vaseline on there, because what I did was actually made texture plates off of the legs of the figure with using Procreate with the darker putty in the ratio 60-40, which actually allows it to be a little bit more malleable. So you see it's pretty flexible there. Malleable. It's pretty early in the morning for a word with that many syllables from my hillbilly ass too. So anyway, the plan is to basically put a little bit more Vaseline on this, so hopefully the epoxy actually sticks to the figure and not to the texture plate here. So basically I'm going to press it in, see if I can get it to line up, and see if I can't fuck it up here. So here we go.